For decades, these files were the Boy Scouts of America's deepest secret. The documents detail more than 1,200 cases of known or suspected child abusers among Boy Scout volunteers and troop leaders, men who allegedly molested young boys placed in their care by trusting parents.
We do everything we can in Scouting to keep our kids safe.
The files were made public by attorneys after a lawsuit brought against the organization by a man who claimed he'd been abused revealed the existence of the files.
What these files represent is really the pain and the anguish of thousands of untold Scouts.
The Boy Scouts knew they had an institution-wide problem with child abuse and didn't take steps to deal with that.
The so-called perversion files contain information about reported abusers in 49 states from the 1960s to the 1980s. In many cases, victims say, Boy Scout officials convinced parents not to take their suspicions to the police. Frank Spinelli says a Scoutmaster molested him for 2 years in the 1970s.
I told my parents, and they went to the other assistant Scoutmasters who persuaded my parents not to press charges.
The Boy Scouts have now changed their policies to require background checks of volunteers, mandatory reporting of abuse, and training on how to spot suspicious behavior. And the Boy Scouts of America president apologized, admitting that in some cases the organization failed to protect the boys in its care.
We're sorry that happened.
An apology that comes too late for many children whose lives have been blighted by the Boy Scouts' secrets. Rob Reynolds, Al Jazeera, Los Angeles.